What is up, guys? Randomonium here. I kind of have a little bit of a tradition whenever there's kind of a holiday or a big thing going on in my life. I kind of just make a little video just to talk about it. And yesterday, I turned 32. And my God, I'm starting to feel old. Like, I know I'm not old, and I'm trying not to complain about it, but I feel a lot older than I did when I was in my 20s. Like, it hit me like a ton of bricks recently. And I was just kind of reflecting on my life, where I've been, where I am now, where I'm going, and I just kind of wanted to share those thoughts with you guys. There's actually three things I wanted to talk about with this video. I wanted to talk about my world's predictions. I wanted to talk about the demonetization that's going on with YouTube. And I wanted to talk about kind of the future of the channel moving into Season 8 and beyond. And just kind of get your guys' feedback. This is your guys' chance to kind of let me know what you want me to do in the future. And also I'm going to try and give you guys a little bit more say in this channel and in my videos in the future, and try and increase how much I communicate with you guys in the future. So let's talk about the neutral topic that we have here, which is the world's predictions. And the TLDR for the world's predictions is that I would be very happy if one NA team and one EU team made it out of the group stage. And I would be very happy if either an NA team or an EU team was in the semifinals. I think that that is a realistic assessment of how the Western teams compare to the Eastern teams right now. And that's not something that I wish it was better than that. But that's the truth. I wish I could tell you there was going to be a TSM versus G2 final, but that's just very unrealistic. I mean, it's certainly possible, but it's not realistic at all. So I'm going to go through kind of my predictions for the play-in stage and the group stage. And for those of you who don't know, Riot has changed their format, so they've added a lot more of the teams from the smaller regions, and they've turned it into a play-in stage. And basically, only 4 of these teams in the play-in stage are going to make it into the group stage. So there's going to be a lot of competition for those last 4 spots to make it into the group stage. So I think that most people would agree that Team WE, which is the number 3 seed from China, Cloud9, which is the number 3 team from NA, and Fnatic, which is the number 3 team from EU, are very likely to advance into the group stage. I think it would be considered a huge upset if one of those teams does not make it into the group stage. The 4th team from the LMS, so the number 3 seed from the LMS is Hong Kong Attitude. They are the most likely to get upset because the LMS, while they are a very strong region, they usually only have 1 or 2 strong teams. It's Flash Wolves and AHQ. Flash Wolves has been traditionally very strong. AHQ has been hit or miss. And then after that, we don't really know right now. So maybe Hong Kong Attitude comes in and they sweep the world stage by storm and things like that. But I think that if there's anyone's going to get upset, it's probably going to be Hong Kong Attitude. So moving into the actual group stage. So the way it works in the group stage is that you can only have 1 team from every region in each group. So for example, Cloud9 NA team. So they cannot be drafted into a group that has an NA team. So the 2 groups that have NA teams would be Immortals and TSM. So that means that Cloud9, if they advance into the group stage, will have to be put in Group A or Group C. So Group A, that's a really rough group. You got SKT, you got EDG, and you got AHQ. So the top 2 teams are definitely SKT and EDG. I don't know if Cloud9 can beat either of those teams. So if Cloud9 gets drafted into Group A, it would require a major upset for them to make it out. If they get drafted into Group C, you've got G2, RNG, and Samsung Galaxy, which is probably the group of death. All 3 of these teams are very evenly matched, and if Cloud9 gets thrown in, that would make for a very interesting group, but it would be a very hard group for Cloud9 to make it out. So I do not think that Cloud9 has very good chances making it out of the group stage, regardless of what group they get placed in. They would have to seriously upset a top contender in order to make it out of the group stage. Fnatic, they would have to be placed either in Group A or Group B because they've got EU teams in Group C and Group D. So we've already talked about Group A, very stiff competition in Group A for Fnatic to make it out. They'd either have to upset EDG or they'd have to upset SKT, probably to make it out of that group. Group B is a little bit easier for Fnatic. You've got Longzhu, which is going to most likely be the #1 team coming out of that group, but then you've got Immortals and Gigabyte Marines. So while I do want Immortals to make it out of the group stage, if Fnatic gets drafted into Group B, that's going to be a very close match, and Fnatic definitely has a good chance at beating Immortals. I definitely think the Gigabytes Marines is probably the weakest out of the groups. Yes, they had a very good MSI, but they're not the same team that they were at MSI. So I definitely think the Gigabytes is probably the weakest out of those 4 teams if Fnatic gets drafted into there. So it's really going to be a question of whether Fnatic or Immortals shows up in those best of ones. But in either case, that means that an NA team or an EU team will make it out of the group stage in Group B if Fnatic gets drafted into Group B. So I'm kind of hoping, actually, that Fnatic gets drafted into Group B. For Team WE, which is the Chinese team, their options are either getting drafted into Group B or getting drafted into Group D, because the 2 Chinese teams are in Group A and Group C. So if they get drafted into Group B, they definitely could beat Immortals, and then we wind up with no NA or EU teams coming out of Group B in the knockout stage. If they get placed into Group D, that's rough, because we already got TSM and Misfits and Flash Wolves. I definitely think that TSM is the favorite in that group, but Team WE could upset TSM, so that makes things very interesting. So yeah, that's kind of how it is right now, where whatever group that Team WE gets drafted into, that really changes the whole dynamic of the group. That said, I do think that SKT, Longzhu, Samsung Galaxy, and TSM should make it out of the group stage. I definitely think that those are the top 4 teams, or the top team from each group at least. So yeah, those are my predictions. Hopefully we'll have at least 1 NA and 1 EU team in the knockout stage, and then hopefully we see at least one of those teams make it to the semi-final. So let's move on to the kind of the downer topic of the video, which is talking about the monetization. So if you don't know, YouTube introduced this new algorithm or AI, I don't know what you want to call it, that basically flags videos that they deem are not suitable for all advertisers. And I believe that the exact verbiage they use is that if your video is not acceptable for children 5 years or older, then you can be flagged. But they don't really go into more detail than that. They don't say, like, well, curse words, controversial subjects. They don't really talk about what that means, what's suitable for a 5-year-old. So I've actually got quite a few of my videos got flagged, but there is an appeal process, and you can see that all of my videos are now back to the green $sign instead of the yellow $sign because I won my appeals. But the issue that's really affecting small YouTubers is that you cannot appeal the AI decision until you reach 1,000 views. And then once you reach 1,000 views, it takes anywhere from a couple days to a week in order for a manual review to take place. So if you are a small YouTuber and you're only getting a couple thousand views per video, this means that you are missing out on most of your monetized content is being removed, because you have to wait till you get to 1,000 views before you can appeal, and then it can take anywhere from 3 days to a week to appeal it, and by then everyone who is going to watch your video has watched your video. So I've noticed a pretty severe drop off in the amount of money that I make on any type of videos that get hit with that yellow $sign. And it makes things very discouraging, because you already don't make pretty much any money if you're a small YouTuber. Like, I have not gotten a single check from YouTube, even though I've put out tons of videos. I haven't gotten a single check from YouTube because of the way they pay things out. You have to reach a certain threshold before you can actually get paid. So I've basically been doing most of these videos for free, and then to also have a lot of my monetized views taken away from me makes things very discouraging. Now, of course, I didn't start this YouTube channel to make money. I already have a full-time job. I already make a decent wage, but it would be amazing to actually have a hobby that I do where I actually get rewarded for it. I actually make money for it. I can actually put some money away in savings, or I can pay down some debt, or I can get some, a better computer, or I can take my wife out for a nice dinner, or take her to Disneyland or something like that. So yeah, it's kind of discouraging when, I put in all this work into these videos and then YouTube, because of some AI, just says, nope, you're just not going to make any money on that video. And it's frustrating. And to be honest, the only reason why I still do these videos and still try to keep my quality content, at the level that it is because of all the comments that you guys leave and all the thumbs up I get and things like that. So I really gotta say thank you, because you guys motivate me every day. And I probably would have quit or thrown in the towel or said it wasn't worth my time if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you. I do love making these videos, and you guys remind me how much I love making these videos each and every day, and I'm trying very hard to put out videos faster and but not sacrificing any type of quality. So that said, I got so frustrated with how YouTube is doing its monetization that I made a Patreon. And this is literally the only time that I will ever mention that I have a Patreon. And I'm not telling you guys to donate money, especially if you are struggling financially. Do not donate money to me if you are struggling financially. But if you have a little bit of extra cash and you're interested in gaining some benefits on my channel, like getting on Discord with me, or getting specialized advice for your fantasy leagues, or specialized advice in other areas relating to League, definitely check that out. And I'm trying to make it worth your while. If there's something that you want from me, if there's some type of insight that you would like me to help you with, definitely just contact me, and I'd be happy to try and work something out with you guys. So it's definitely absolutely voluntary. Do not give me money if you don't have money to give. If you're struggling to pay the rent, you have to put yourself first. But if you have a little bit of additional income, at least check out the Patreon that I'm going to have in the video description and see if it interests you. So now that that's out of the way, let's talk about the future, because the future is something that I'm really looking forward to. So Season 8 and beyond, obviously I'll be coming back with the Fantasy LCS videos once the season starts up. And I will be updating every single class video that I've done for Season 8, because a lot of the builds and things like that were Season 7 specific. So I will be doing updates for every single subclass video throughout the entire Season 8. And not only will I be updating the builds and things like that, but my goal is actually to redesign the scripts, to make them better, to make it simpler for people, to make it more intuitive, and I also want to start including gameplay commentary from people. So I will be making a shout out for people at the beginning of Season 8, where if you have a clip that you feel demonstrates a particular champion, either in a very positive light or it shows like a common mistake that people make with a champion, you can submit those clips to me, and I will try to include them in the video, because I want to basically, for each champion, I want to show people the good things that you can do with the champion and the common pitfalls that people have with those type of champions. So I'll be definitely sending out kind of a call to arms at the beginning of Season 8 for those type of videos. And I'm going to wait. I want you guys to wait until Season 8 because I want to have the updated runes and things like that for the gameplay commentary. So yeah, so that's kind of the stuff that I want to do in the future. I'm extremely excited about the updated video for the How to Find Your Ideal playstyle, class, and subclass video. I'm redoing that video. I'm revamping it completely. I'm already working on it. That's how long that's how much time I'm going to put into this video. And my goal is to make it the best video that I've ever made. I'm going to try and do a lot of new things I've never done before, and I'm going to try and make it very intuitive for you guys, and really kind of make it even better than that last video was. I think that video is my most popular video, and I've gotten the most positive feedback on the video, so now I'm just motivated to make it even better. So that's kind of the future. Future is definitely very bright, and we reached 1,300 subscribers recently, which is a huge milestone for me. I definitely did not think that I was going to reach 1,300 subscribers so quickly after I reached 1,000 subscribers. So thank you for that. Hopefully we can get into, you know, it used to seem unattainable that I would reach above 10,000 subscribers, but now I'm thinking it could actually be a possibility in a year or two. So thank you guys for all your support. Thank you guys for all of your kind words. I'm not going anywhere, regardless of how little money I make. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to keep making videos as long as you guys keep watching them. And I hope you guys all have a fantastic day. This is Randomonium signing off.